when I saw the magnitude of the defense cuts and what they're going to mean, you think of the thousands of, you hope you're not one of the victims, but unfortunately we are.
Devastating news for nearly 500 Southern Tier workers today as Sikorsky announces it will close both its Big Flats facilities by the end of the year. Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Queso.
And I'm JB Puno. Thanks for joining us here on the late edition in high definition. We're going to get to that story in just a moment, but first, a developing story out of Western New York with ties to several communities across the Twin Tiers. A former Horseheads assistant principal is dead tonight, found laying outside his home with multiple gunshot wounds in an apparent murder in Western New York. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office found the body of Keith Reed Jr. earlier today after receiving a missing person report last night. Police found Reed's body outside his home in Clymer, New York, where he was serving as the school district superintendent. He was shot multiple times, and investigators are treating the case as a homicide. He lived alone and had been last seen on Friday. Town leaders say they're stunned and said Reed was well liked by everybody. Reed held several teaching positions in the Southern Tier. His career started in 1984 as a teacher in the Horseheads Central School District, and in 1997 he became the assistant principal at the Campbell Savona Middle and High Schools. Then in 2000 he returned to Horseheads as the assistant principal of the high school. He earned his master's degree in the Northern Tier at Mansfield University. The investigation into his murder is ongoing. Reed was 51 years old. Well, back to our top story tonight. Sikorsky executives relayed some devastating news to nearly 600 of its Southern Tier workers today. They'll be closing both of their facilities in Big Flats.
In an interesting twist, county leaders told WENY TV News they were scheduled to attend meetings on how to expand Sikorsky over the next few weeks. Before today's news of the impending shutdown, WENY TV's Joe Malillo talked to county leaders about what the closure means for the area. He joins us live in the studio. Joe?
Well, Laura and JB, both Southern Tier Economic Development President George Miner and County Executive Tom Santulli said they had no idea these closures were even coming.
I really was shocked to hear that they had made a decision, and I think it's happened very quickly. I think that I'm not even sure that the local folks even knew prior to maybe last night.
County Executive Tom Santulli says he was driving down the highway when he was blindsided by a call from Congressman Reed's office with the news of the closures.
There were local businesses that supply Sikorsky product. There are hotels, there are restaurants, there are retail stores. It's all of the above. When you take roughly $30 to $35 million out of your economy, it has a huge ripple effect.
George Miner, the president of the Southern Tier Economic Development, says the closures will have a ripple effect on other businesses in the region.
We always talk about the multiplier impact when we create new manufacturing jobs in an area. Well, this has the same impact when we lose manufacturing jobs. So there's going to be people that are going to lose their jobs at retail places, at residential places.
An official statement from Sikorsky cites declining defense budgets and global economic weakness as reasons for the plant closing. The Southern Tier is losing a $35 million a year business, but county leaders are more concerned about the workers and their future.
I feel so bad for all those people that have worked there so long and do such a great job. We're going to have to work as hard as we can to see what we can do.
Now, Sikorsky says it plans to provide transitional support to all of its employees. Live in the studio, Joe Malillo, WENY TV News.